we are adding a rock hard skid plate to the Jeep, and we are also troubleshooting and trying to fix an issue we're having with another skid plate. Let's see what we're doing. Should be a quick and easy install. However, we also are having issues with the drive shaft binding against the skid plate for the fuel tank. Jeep, as a reminder, has an AEV 3.5-inch lift and a rock hard aluminum skid plate. So it's a pretty substantial skid plate. The difference between the aluminum and the steel is one, weight. They go on 12 pounds, which really isn't that much of a difference. But on the aluminum, this bar still has to be steel, so it's bolted to the aluminum instead of welded. So for $12 pounds, I think this is just a stronger investment. All right, we got a hardware kit. Stickers that'll add 5 horsepower per sticker, so an extra 10 horsepower. And destructions that we're probably not going to look at. All right, we're going to transition from the workbench to underneath the Jeep. We're going to start off by talking about clearance issues with the current gas tank skid plate, the rear diff skid, and the drive shaft. We're going to look at in Hebrews 10:24 through 25 and see how that relates to the Jeep, the skid plates, and what's going on with your faith. All right, rock hard skid plate in place in the back. The issue we've been having is with the Rancho diff skid and the drive shaft. I've been hitting right here with the Rancho skid plate, and then it was also hitting against the rock hard skid plate. And then when we took it off on the trail today, the drive shaft bound up against the skid plate. So we have cut a significant chunk out of this skid plate to protect or to allow clearance for the drive shaft. I've also ground this area down here on the differential skid. I talked to Rock Hard. They said I probably needed to put a adjustable track bar in this and shift everything over. When we measured left to right, we are 1/4 inch off of center, which means an 1/8 inch. Not really worth the effort. I called AEV, since it's an AEV lift, and they did say this is really tight against the factory skid, and if you're clearing it by 1/8 of an inch, you're clearing it by a mile. So that's what we're doing. So we've got this, like I said, clearanced out. We're going to bolt this back in place. We're also going to put the new skid plate in for the transfer case once the paint dries on that. Whoa, wait a minute. That sounds like a whole big mess of problems. I don't understand it. These skid plates are supposed to work together. They're supposed to work with the Jeep to protect the oil pan, the gas tank, the differentials. But they're not working together. Everything's binding up. I can't drive the Jeep. What's going on? It's kind of the same thing that I see going on in the world today. I turn on the TV, I read the news, and I see all these people who are professing to be good and doing what's right, being Christian, but their message is wrong. And what they're doing is actually stirring up hate and discontent. I don't get it. Aren't we all supposed to be working together like these skid plates to protect one another, to make this a better place, a safer place? I don't know. Maybe the answer I'm looking for can be found in Hebrews 10:24 through 25. And let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together, as is the habit of some, but encouraging one another, and all the more as you see the day drawing near. So what that means to me is I just can't rely on somebody else to tell me what is right and how to work together. I need to dive into the Bible. I need to talk to and challenge my pastor and ask questions. And once I've learned what I need to do, and I have an understanding of how to make those changes and work together in my own home and with my own family and with my own church, I then need to step outside of that comfort zone and start working with my neighbors and my community. Again, we need to consider how to stir up one another to love and good works. How to encourage one another. Because according to this, the day is drawing near.
Just one of the areas up there you really got to keep washed out and clean.
Let's work together. Let's start a grassroots effort. I hope you enjoy these videos on me dinking around in the Jeep with Matt and trying to figure out how to fix things and going on trips. But really, the bigger picture is, what are we teaching? What is our legacy? After all, once I'm gone and no longer filming these videos, they'll still exist. Hopefully somebody out there is watching them and getting something from them and maybe making a small change in their lives. And that small change will continue to grow into big change. And if you look at the news today, and if you look at the newspaper and see what's just going on in the world, we need a lot of small change. Most of us aren't in positions to make the big changes that need to be made, but most of us, if working together, making small changes, will create the big change that needs to happen. So yeah, if you look here, there's clearance issues in my skid plate, my drive shafts. There's still areas where they bind and I need to do a little bit more work, but we all got to do a little bit more work. If we wait on things to fix themselves, it's just not going to happen. If we're waiting on something to come together as a perfect package that works with everything, that's not going to happen. It's time for change. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. You have yourself a blessed day. See you in the next video.